Excellent.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the B&C event finals here at the 2024 Plainfield Thrifty. This is former club member Robert Young. I decided to come up from Potomac today just to do commentary because I had nothing better to do and I really want to talk for the next 4 hours. I'm highly caffeinated and I'm ready to do this. For those of you who are Plainfield members and were not expecting my voice, boo, I'm here, never leaving, never leaving. We're excited to have y'all join us today, which I'm hoping to be some exciting curling on our sheets today. So if you haven't taken a look at the draw sheet that you can find linked to our YouTube channels, you can see that in the doobly-doo down below. For our B event final that'll happen on sheet 1, we'll have team Kasparowicz. He literally just said the name and I literally forgot how to pronounce it. Our team from Ardsley versus our buddies from Philadelphia, Philly Cask Strength. And on sheet 2, we will have our C event final, Taylor Thrift, skipped by Mark Mooney, versus WAGH with Team Angeli. So we're going to go ahead and get situated here, practice slides, warm-ups, and everyone's warm-up drinks as well. You want to be very prepared for Thrifty drinking. It's a part of it. I did happily come up this morning specifically so I can get some lunchtime haggis. I've been looking forward to this the entire time. I got me some haggis. I am now officially happy. Got my coffee. We're good to go. I've already got people in the warm room laughing with me and at me at the same time. Always a plus. Feel free to engage on the chat room if you have any questions. We got 4 people watching on our C event final, which is awesome. And then we've got, how many? We got 4 also on the B event. So feel free to say hi on the chat room. And we've got lead rocks away on both sheets, so the events are now underway. I'll be doing my best to keep commentary on both sheets as best as possible. I'll be managing, I might be focusing a little bit more on sheet 1, only because it's further from me, but please ask questions in the chat if you have any questions at all. Really excited to have B and C happening right now, and then at 2:15 we'll have our A event and D event finals. And the draw sheet should already be updated on our website. If you do not know, let me just pull them up real quick. Where are they at? So for our event final, our A event final, we'll have Team De Palma versus Team Dutt for our first event final. And our 4th event final, we will have, I believe, did Team Foster beat Veltri? Or did Veltri beat Foster? Veltri beat Foster? We will have Team Veltri against Team Zempel for our 4th event final. So keep your eyes peeled for that. We'll have a 2:30 draw for that. My apologies. As we get lead rocks finished up here or started up here on our first end of play. Good sweep from the Philly team to draw right behind that high guard there. So nice aggressive play there on sheet 1. And it looks like here on sheet 2, that might actually just be a nice guard attempt. So good ends setting up here on both sheets for opening draws here. No, sorry, opening ends here. So Mark Mooney on sheet 2 calling for just a bumper to control hit on yellow shot rock, the Angeli shot rock there. Stay on the high side on it. You can get a good roll and sit 1-2. Calling bumper already out of hand here, which I believe this is the sub for Taylor Thrift. They're going to get good contact, but they're not going to get the roll. So they're sitting 1-2, which is nice. And from the warmer angle, you see about a vast majority of the shot rock. So Joe just calling for looks like a normal hit. So I believe that's a little bit down and a little bit narrow of a hit. Stacks 1-2 shot for Mooney. This close 1-2, maybe 1-3. It's a measure for sure. It's a measure for. I still think it's Mooney 1-2 on sheet 2. On sheet 1, Philly now has their shot rock exposed, so Sean's going to be calling for a tight guard. So I believe this is just going to be an Angeli peel off the guard. And if you're just a little on the high side, you still manage to pop out a red. So any contact here would be good contact here as long as it's not a run back. So you peel the guard, opens it up now. Looking on sheet 1, it looks like it's going to be a hit and roll behind the red corner for Ardsley. And Buckaloo, yep, Rob is in the house. The Hey Lori, the A event finals are going to be at 2:30 today on a separate stream. So we already had the stream set up. So if you go to our YouTube channel, you should go under live and you should see A event and D event upcoming. So you can click on the bell to get the notification so that when it goes live, you'll be notified that it's ready to go. But the A and D event finals will be going on at 2:30 this afternoon. Oh, look, a giant bowl of salad. That's perfect. They know I'm here. All right. Looks like a hit for Hugh on sheet 2 here. And it looks like it's another attempt at the draw of the guard for Philly on sheet 1. So hits coming over might just slash. Yeah. Well, that's going to leave Team Mooney sitting 1-2. It does keep the second shot at least open a bit. There's a double opportunity on sheet 2 later down the road, but I think Mark's going to go ahead and try to cut that out by putting in a guard. Even like biting 12 would be great here on for Mooney. Take a look here on Ardsley for sheet 1. Calling bumper weight out of hand. The idea is just going to be, if you hit nose, you might be able to move both them out, both yellows enough. Trying to get some curl on that sweep. Makes contact, pushes it out. Ardsley's now sitting second shot. And on sheet 2, and Joe Angeli is asking us to draw. It looks like the Mooney Rock is back button, so you can freeze to it and set yourself up nicely for Skip's Rocks. So the guard attempt here from Mark D'Souza for Team Philly, Philly. Just get it over the hog, fellas. Get some sweeping. Just hog. Just missed it. So advantage here for our friends from Ardsley. Looks like it's going to be a tight hit. And they're aiming. Look at that double. It's going to need to be a bullet to get through that port. So on sheet A, they're discussing their last vices rocks here, and it looks like Mark Mooney is getting ready to throw his first Skip's Rock here on sheet 2. Kind of like the idea of just drawing right behind their guard to sit a third shot. Really force Joe to make a shot here. So a guard's not the end of the world, but I'm kind of like putting foot on gas. So the idea of putting, let's say, biting 4 for Mark Mooney here on sheet 2 would be a really great pressure shot on Joe. On sheet 1, we had the hit attempt, but it does look like Philadelphia is still sitting second shot. Ardsley sitting 1, and looks like it's going to be pretty tough to get rid of Ardsley's 1. So Sean's probably considering the draw. And Mark Mooney, good blocking of the path. That needed to maybe curl another rock closer to the center line, but it's forcing Angeli to throw on a cold side there. So we got skips who are jogging on the ice. I've never really seen 2 skips running at the same time. Typically, if you see one skip running, the other one is just looking at him going wide. Why would you run? There's no one chasing you. So on sheet A, we've got Sean Boyle's first Skip's Rocks without the hammer, trying to get some draw there. And Joe Angeli's throwing his first with hammer, trying to draw sweeper sweeping and trying to get past that guard. It just curled just at the end, clips the guard. Weight looked close. They just needed maybe a bit more line on that. Mark deciding, look, Joe, you threw that line. I'm going to block that line from you. Good call here for Mark. And I didn't get a chance to see what the Ardsley call was. However, with that line, I'm wondering if they're just going to try to throw control weight, nose hit to sit 4, which is a good call. If you get nose, it force Sean into drawing in to make things complicated for a multiple. So Mooney's last of the first end here on sheet 2. Skipper, the sweepers calling back 4, back A. They're calling it's a little hot for T-line weight. Drawing up nicely. Looks like it's T-line. Just hits and rolls. Nicely done. So Taylor Thrift sitting 1, 2, 3 without hammer. I believe Joe and Jelly just going to call for the draw. There's still enough that they can push back that shot that's sitting in the button to sit there 1. And on sheet 1, Philadelphia trying to figure out the best way to draw behind their guard. Right now they're going to be drawing without hammer against 3. So getting anything behind that high guard is going to, getting behind that 2 guard is going to be the plan here for Sean. The question is going to be what's the line here. So hammer shot here on sheet 2 for Joe and Jelly. Just draw. You can be back 8 if you need to. Just make sure you make contact with that shot rock on the button. Sweeper's not touching it. Now they're calling the sweep, trying to pass by that guard. Right past the guard. Are they going to get enough to get it? And they're going to definitely make the contact. So back 8 weight, real good. Joe and Jelly gets his single, facing 3. Nicely done for Team WAGH. So over on sheet 1, Sean Boyle for Philadelphia. Trying to draw in behind the corners, it looks like. Sweepers are on it. Try to make contact. Touching any paint would be good here, but it just looks like he came short. I'm gonna figure out how to say this last name. Colin, when you go back, when you rewatch this, future Colin, I want to apologize for butchering your last name. Because Prawitz, I really hope that's right. If not, then we'll be able to make fun of me forever. I butcher words all the time. So sheet 1 will have our hammer shot for red. Looks like it's just touching paint for 4. And on sheet 2, we are now starting second end, leads rocks. 3 sweepers out there just to make sure we get a high guard there. Good job on the sweepers. Always a plus to watch Joe and Jelly sweep a little bit, so. And the draw just came up short, but that's still a bundle for Colin for Ardsley a bundle for Colin for Ardsley, getting 3 in the first. I am Mini Colin, his son, so I believe that's Ilya. I hope I'm saying that name right too. It happens all the time. Yeah, I know it happens. Names like, and I want to say that's a Polish last name. I could be very wrong. But yeah, I do my best. I believe everyone should have their name said correctly. So if there could maybe be a pronunciation guide in the live chat for sheet 1, I'm not going to be opposed to it. I'd appreciate it. So thank you, Mini Colin, for helping that out on the chat room. So it looks like here on sheet 2, we're going to finish up Lee's Rocks with, actually starting Seconds Rocks here. If I'm counting correctly, I am. Howard Wolfish is being asked to draw behind their guard for yellow. They are without hammer, so keep the action to the center line there on sheet 2 for yellow. And on sheet 1, nice attempt at the draw to draw behind that high guard for Philadelphia. It's a little warm. It's just touching back 12, but stays inside the house and maybe probably 3/4 covered. Maybe half buried behind, so. Looks like here on sheet 2, it's a battle of who can get behind that guard right now. Sweeping action from the sweepers here just to try to get it to touch the house. Patty and Janice sweeping hard, but it looks like it's just going to come up maybe full 12, maybe biting 12. Oh, good full 12 there. That sits 1-2 for Mooney for Plainfield. And Joe's still going to go after that T-line draw. There's still enough room on that side to get to it. So Howard getting a second shot at the draw behind the now guard, and I want to say that's second shot now. No, that's first shot. All right. Sheet 1 looks like another draw attempt behind the guard, and sweepers aren't touching it. Sean's waving his hand. Don't touch it right now. Looks a little warm. Looking warm on both sheets now, actually. Actually, good. The draw weight came down a bit towards the end, finishing top 4 for Philadelphia, sitting 1-2 right now on the center line. And Colin asking for the hit on sheet 1. So a good hit from Ardsley on sheet 1. Rolls over enough, it's going to be exposed. So the question for Sean, do you go for the hit or do you go for the draw attempt? It looks like it's going to be a control hit and roll. And on sheet 2, beautiful draw to sit T. Want to say maybe see a 1/4 of it from the hack. Yeah, I'd see about a 1/4 of it from the hack, but I think Joe's calling for just the draw freeze to it on sheet 2. And it looks like the hit attempt on sheet 1 just drifted closer to the boards, or the wide release. But so we got an advantage for Team Ardsley on sheet 1. And it looks like the attempt is going to be to draw. Looks like top 4. Then going for the freezes on the back yellow is fine as well, but they're shooting for touching 4-foot right behind that guard. And on sheet 2, Mooney asking for guards fine. Just any action on the center line would be really nice. But the call probably is going to be full 12 here from Janice. A lot of sweeping action to hold that line on sheet 1. Trying to get some directional sweeping there. Weight looks like it's going to be top button. Nice draw attempt. And it looks like majority of it's buried. I would say maybe a sliver probably seen from the hack. But it's going to be another attempt at that control hit. Sean tightened up the line a little bit on sheet 1. If you ever get cross the nose enough, you might be able to hit and just sit froze into that red. But again, another wide release on that one, unfortunately. And on sheet 2 here, looks like Hugh Gordon's being asked to do a downweight hit, maybe a draw. On and off from the sweepers for line. This looks like board weight. Just wicks off. That ended up probably being hack weight. Just touches the second shot rock and pushes the first rock back. So Unfortunately, it is wide open for a hit. Mark's already lining up for it. So it looks like it's going to be a board to control hit here. And on sheet 1, Colin for... Didn't check to see if that was a guard or a draw attempt. It looks like it's going to be a guard. They're calling, assuming for the line. It's a nice guard there, just curling up enough. So real good draw there for 4th shot. See what's going on in the chat rooms here. So in sheet 1, it looks like a hit attempt that just flashed contact, so looks like it's going to be a draw touching 8 for Ardsley. They sit, if they can get half touching 8, they'll be sitting 3 and keeping the action to that center line. So, and on sheet 2, calling line only for Joe's first here, trying to clog up that center line and protect their shot rock. Looks a little deep though. So it taps him up. Angeli is sitting 1st and 3rd shot, and that 1st shot is still sitting wide open, so Mark's going to go after that now. If he ever just crosses the nose enough, it'll be a nice little flop behind coverage. Just at 1-2 here. So on sheet 2, Mark lining up a shot for a hit. This is going to be first of skips rocks for Mooney. They do have hammer here in the second end. Mark D'Souza here on sheet 1. Did not see the line call. I did not see what the call was, but it looks like it's going to be probably, I thought it was going to be a hit, but if you could just freeze into that pocket. It looks a little warm. Needs to curl a bit. There's the curl now. Janice Lingecki on sheet 2, calling hard for a sweep to hold that line. Makes contact with the yellow and gets a nice little flop. So they'll be sitting 1-2, and that roll exposed.
John Gephardt, I hate you so much right now. I apparently have been doing this whole thing wrong. I've been calling from the windows, and apparently I'm actually ahead of what y'all are watching here. Hello, this is future Rob telling you exactly what's going to happen right before it happens. producer's note, I apparently was right the first time. John Gephardt's getting in my head. I don't know why. There's nothing in it to start with. Now all the people laughing at me from the warm room should probably feel bad now for laughing at me. Except for Kevin Polly, because he has no feelings. He doesn't care. He will laugh at me for any reason. Kevin Polly, I've missed you. So Sean crashed the guard there, and I believe now Colin Kasperwitz is sitting 1, 2, 3, 4. They're sitting 4, and the question now becomes, how aggressive do you want to be? They're sitting. I see. Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry. So the top red is sitting the 5th one. Thank you. So I think the question now is having a high guard or make it a counter. One of the two. On sheet 1 here. So on sheet 2, we've got the start of our third end. We will get the score updated momentarily on that one. I was too busy with technical difficulties to watch the action of that one. But right now, on sheet 1, we are now on Kasperwitz's last without hammer. They can be anywhere on the center line. They can be a 2 here. I think the shot, though, is that they want to sit full 12. If they can sit maybe touching top 8, that's a nice aggressive shot. Sweepers are on it. Weight's looking good. They might actually get maybe touching 8 here. Keep sweeping on that one. It's coming up a bit. So not a bad result. You still got your guard. It's still going to be a tough shot to get a single here for Philadelphia, but they are now sitting 5 without hammer. And Sean Boyle's got to figure out a way to get out of this as minimally scathed as possible. Well, I'll be gosh darn, I just got a text message from a friend of mine I have not seen in years, Daniel Gerlach. Oh man, I haven't heard from you in a while. Yeah, Kasperwitz, thank you. I do appreciate the phonetic text message, and I just see that you also posted it in the chat room, so thanks, Gerlach. I hope you're doing all right, buddy. Oh man, I love doing broadcasts because I get to hear from people I haven't talked to in a long time. Having them correct me by text message in my chat rooms is wonderful. I absolutely enjoy it. So keep correcting me, everybody. And also, Gerlach, I miss you, buddy. All right, so don't know if you saw the score yet, but on sheet 2, it looked like Team Taylor Thrift took 3 there in the second. And currently, they are sitting 1-2. No guards in play just yet. And on sheet 1, it looks like managed to only get 4, out-count 1 of the 5 shot rocks. So it looks like Kasperwitz ends up stealing 4 there, taking a 7-0 lead after 2. And on sheet 2, we've got a 3-1 lead, Plainfield over Plainfield. So as we got leads rocks going in on sheet 1 and sheet 2, I just want to take the moment to let everybody know about USA Curling Nationals going on up the road at the American Dream Complex
starting up tomorrow night. First draw will be an evening draw. If you want to take a look at any of the action, check out the website usacurling.org. Go to USA Championships, get some details on what's going on. I will be there every draw officiating. There's going to be a lot of people from Plainfield and Pinelands who are going to be helping out. I have a few friends from Potomac that's going to be helping me out. They're going to come up, helping officiate, need in volunteering. So check out the website, usacurling.org. Find out what's going on for USA Championships. If I gave you the wrong URL, just Google USA Curling. You'll find it. I believe the next event for Plainfield coming up is going to be the Jersey Curls Bonspiel. If I'm not mistaken, it's a Jersey Curls. I'm looking at... Come on, Barb Benson, you know everything. I know you know everything. I want to say it's Jersey Curls. It's fine. And if I'm wrong, which I usually am, I'm wrong. I wonder if it's stone first. I wonder if there's this magical contraption that I can use to look up a calendar somewhere. So taking a look here at the club calendar, I am in January. Let's take a look at February. I was wrong. It looks like the Stone, the PCC Men's Stone, will be happening as our next event here at Plainfield. I believe March the 7th through the 10th, so Men's Bonspiel. I believe following that... Wait, I still feel like that's wrong, though. No, that's right. The Stone is the weekend before Jersey Curls. Great. All right, I'm not going crazy. So events coming up in March. We'll have our PCC Men's Stone Bonspiel second full weekend of March, followed the next weekend by the Women's Jersey Curls. And then the kegger of all keggers this side of the Mississippi, the Bonspiel, in April. Make sure you come check us out. A lot of pig. So back to curling action right now. Let's take a look here at sheet number 2. Nice hit from Janice Lingaki. I knew this was going to happen. I said it when she was in the warm room with no problem. Linganki. Oh, now I'm paranoid. Nice hit from her on sheet 2. They're sitting shot rock right now, and Jelly's sitting second and third and happy just to go after that hit again. There are no guards in play here on sheet 2, so this is going to be a pretty open end here. And on sheet 1, Kasperwitz sitting 1, 2, 3, also without guard support, and it looks like it's going to be another hit to try to get rid of any of those reds out of the house, but it just stays on the wide side of the hit. And Kasperwitz happy with the guard, happy with touching 12, while Mooney is trying to line up a hit there. So on both sheets, we only got one guard in play into, I want to say, end of seconds rocks and starting of ice rocks.
So we're starting with skips rocks right now on sheet 2. Believe this is probably going to be another try at a double. You hit nose, you'll get them both going, but you'll probably end up hitting that back red. So they just want to cross the nose here a little bit, I think. So in sheet 2 here, Mark's away with his first hit attempt. Mark D'Souza, Philadelphia, starting Vice's rocks for Philadelphia on sheet 1, going after any hit at that bundle of red inside the house. Sheet 1, good contact. Oh, just misses the double attempt. And now Angeli is sitting 1. They're sitting shot rock right now. And you only see about 2/3 of it from the hack. And flash of a hit from D'Souza on sheet 1 for Philadelphia. And Colin not taking his foot off the gas there, putting one in the pile. Lynn Genke, thank you. I'm getting text messages from friends about pronouncing Janice's last name. I said it correctly in the war room when she was in here. I stared right at her and said Lengenki. And she's like, that's correct. I'm like, great. And now she's on the ice and I'm butchering it. Sounds about par for the course. So sheet 1, about six red on the center line. Mark D'Souza being asked to hit something, please. All right, Colin for the sweep now. Looks like you're going to get contact with something. Holding this line would be really great here. It's curling, but I think they're going to make contact with something. Are they going to remove anything, though? Needed some more oomph to that. So their contact was made. Still sitting 6 reds in the house. Sheet 2 here, Joe Angeli, I believe, is drawing open. Somebody has acknowledged the number you should not acknowledge. So Joe ended up freezing to a back red. They are sitting shot, and I believe they're only sitting shot and third. I think the biting 8 red is our second shot there. Wonder if Mark is. I wonder if, on sheet 2, I wonder if the call here, looking at the line, wonder if this is. I mean, he can just freeze to that back yellow, sit, shot, and make it difficult to get out of there, but I'm wondering if he's going for the run back. I'm probably wrong. No, I'm wondering if this is just going to draw to the back. And Kasperwitz on sheet 1, looks like they're drawing right on, getting a good guard there. Ends up shorting it, giving Sean an opportunity to try to blast some red out of there. Getting that sheet 2 here. Mark Mooney just pushing back about 2 feet on that back yellow. So they're sitting shot rock right now. It's Joe and you having a conversation on which is the best rock to go after first. They do have hammer, so you can get rid of that back red to sit 1-2. Just give Mark another opportunity to do the back house freeze again. In sheet 1, we got Sean Boyle throwing some heat. He's going to make contact with something. Pops 1. We at least got 1 red out of the house now. So Kasperwitz is sitting 5 right now. And I believe Colin does not want to draw. I think he wants to get back in that house again to sit 6. So sheet 1 here, Kasperwitz is last. Looks to be a top 8 to top 12 draw to the center line. Sweepers for Joey and Jelly on sheet 2. Already said heavy, so they're going to be staying close to that line. Joe already calling for the sweep on the line. Hugh telling him off. It's looking to be maybe hack-ish. They get... All right. So Joe getting a deuce here. Ties it up. We are now 3-3 on sheet 2 for our C event final. And for our B event final, Kasperwitz from Ardsley drawing down nicely, sitting 6 without hammer. Don't mind me for the next few minutes. I'm getting an impromptu back rub. And I believe the question right now from Sean is going to be, where's that line going to be to get to that button? There's a pocket button. There's a pocket on the button. Just need to get there, and if they can pass by that red guard, if they can squeak by it, they might be able to get to it. So Sean having to draw here. He's got good draw weight. I trust that he can get to this. We're starting up with Leeds Rocks here on the 4th end on sheet 2, the tie game. Team Taylor Thrift, skipped by Mark Mooney with hammer on this end here. And here we start on sheet 1. Our hammer throw here needs to draw to the button. Sweeper's on it. Sean's not looking thrilled right now. Keep that going, Sweepers. Keep it going. Keep it going, Sweepers. You're doing great. That was some good effort from the Sweepers. They managed to knock him down 1, so that's a steal of 5 for Kasperwitz, and that's handshakes already after 3 ends of play. Team Kasperwitz from Ardsley taking the B event final win, 12-0 after 3. So for those of you watching, we're going to go ahead and end our Sheet 1 stream. Make sure you want to come back for 2:30 for our A event final streaming on the Sheet 1 feed here. If you go over, we already have it on our YouTube channel under upcoming for live. So if you go over there, click on the bell to get a reminder that when we start broadcasting for our 2:30 final, you'll be able to listen in. And just as a reminder, I believe it'll be Team Dutt versus Team De Palma for our A event final there. So congratulations, Team Kasperwitz from Ardsley, and congratulations, Team Doyle from Philly, for getting to the B event final.